If you're born on 6th, 15th, or 24th of any month, then your number adds up to a 6, which is ruled by the planet Venus. And in this video, we will be checking how your Venus energy is going to work together with the energy of Saturn, the ruling planet for the year 2024 this year. Now I have my notes written on my laptop, so if anytime you see my eyes hovering on the screen, that's because I'm referencing to the notes, because that's also the device on which I'm recording this video. So first we'll start off by understanding what is the energy of Venus. Venus is love, it's romance, it's the finer things in life. People who enjoy aesthetics, who enjoy everything looking beautiful, who want to always look beautiful. It's people who enjoy perfumes, fragrances, it's art, it's creativity, it's craft, it's the ornate things in life. It's people who really love nature, who enjoy being in nature, people who also possibly love animals. And Venus as a planet also is about fulfilling your aspiration, your luxury needs, because it is the planet of wealth. Venus is also attraction. How attractive you are, how attractive you look depends on how strong your Venus is. Venus is also about comfort, and Venus is also about indulgences. It makes us fond of the finer things in life. It makes us fond of good things, good brands, good food. Now, what is Saturn? Saturn is a hard taskmaster. Saturn is sacrifice. Saturn is responsibility. Saturn is consistency. Saturn is hard work. Saturn is karmic teacher. It's a strict teacher. And Saturn is also the one that makes people take their mask off. Now, what will happen when these two energies combine for you within this year? The first thing is that you would authentically become more yourself. And before I jump onto this, let me just tell you one thing. Saturn is a planet that gives, okay? Depending upon your karma, Saturn is a planet that can make it or that can break it for you. So Saturn says, I can give it to you all. But are you worthy of it? Are you truly deserving of it? And this is where Venus, the one that is slightly more fond of staying in their comfort zone, that wants things to come too easy to them, that wants that life should be a little bit more chill, it has to get up and work in accordance with the strict guidelines of Saturn. So this year, the first thing that Saturn is going to be teaching you is authenticity. If you are someone who's extremely fond of brands, high-end fashion, makeup, then you might see that this year you start dropping off few things, or maybe you would not shop as much as you would. You would want to limit your shopping, so you may invest in few quality pieces, but you would not be out there shopping crazily like you used to do earlier. If you're someone who could not step out without makeup, or who always wanted to look dressy, you might change your style this year. You might become a little bit more simple. And I do not mean not good looking. You will be very well looking, you will be polished, but you would like simplicity. You would prefer to do things in an easy, breezy manner, because Saturn is going to teach you that you can look your authentic self, which means that you don't need 50 things lauded on you just so you have a particular persona or a particular image. You can be yourself, and yourself is good enough. So you're going to learn to accept yourself more within this year. Now, before acceptance of anything, what happens? Confrontation, questions, you introspect. And this is also something that Saturn is going to do for you this year. Saturn is going to make you confront your shadow side, your subconscious mind, the fears, the traumas, the patterns that you have been ignoring and you have been hiding within yourself. And Saturn would ask you to let go a lot of that. So you would also heal a lot within this year. And after healing, there would be this new authentic side to you, which you would be more accepting of. Peel by peel the layers of the society, the conditioning, sit like this, walk like this, be presentable like this, that would all slowly start dropping off. This might also be a very strong period of you paying your karmic debts, or if you have been good over the last few years, then you getting your karmic credit. And one very important thing, responsibilities are going to increase by many, many, many fold this year, because Saturn loves Venus, okay? But at the same time, the energy of Venus is someone who enjoys their comfort zone a little bit more, who maybe early on in their life had somewhat a very entitled mindset. They were very pampered. And I'm pretty sure if you relate to this, do comment down. Growing up, at least numerologically, you must have been one of the very pampered child in your house. You must have been literally maybe fed with your hands and generally taken care of by guardian, parents, whoever. But yeah, you were very nicely taken care of when you were very young in your childhood. And our childhood tends to shape us, shape our notion for many, many years later on also. It shapes up who we are. And that is why there is a subconscious need of comfort, to take life easy, to take it chill pill. So Saturn is going to say, it ain't gonna work with me. Saturn is like, for you, the good parent that just wants to teach you responsibility, wants to turn you into a fully functioning good adult, and then show you the other side of life also. And your responsibility will be increasing across all domains in your life: relationships, family, career, your responsibility towards your own self. You would this year try to really master it all. And it's not you trying, it's Saturn. Let's talk about your relationships now. So if you are someone who has been single for a very long time, you can expect somebody to enter your life who's going to be maybe older than you, or they are going to be slightly more mature than you. And one does not need to be older to be mature. They can be your same age or they can be younger to you, but then emotional maturity does not really see age. So you might come in contact with someone who is very mature, but I would still advise you to tread very slowly and very cautiously. We just spoke about how this can be an year of karmic debts or karmic credit. And for you to figure that out in a relationship, it's important that you go slow. You take your time in knowing the person. You do not take everything on the face value, because that's what Venus does. But Saturn is trying to show you that no, understand what's underneath them. So that's why also need to take out time to heal yourself, to work with your shadow side, because it's only when we have confronted our real self, our true self, and we have healed from a lot of our baggage, we are also able to assess the other people in the right manner. Another possibility, if you find someone this year, is that early on or somewhat after a little bit of time in the relationship, you might start feeling a little bit restricted. You might feel as if you are having to give up a little bit too much on your freedom, or this is something that you might actually end up doing to your partner. So I would want you again to be a little bit careful of it. And what I feel, if you're single, this is definitely a year when you're going to be looking for stable commitment. And definitely if you're somebody who's in the marriageable age, you're going to be looking for a partner who is ready to marry. This is a good period where you would have a good bond with your family. Your family is going to be supportive to you. Your family would actually be proud of you. They would cheer you on, because they would slowly see you becoming this responsible, good functioning human, and they would really like that about you. Because if you got pampered in your childhood, not that your family would not know, right? They could be the one who would be doing that. They could be the one who could have babysat you also for a short period of your life, somewhere in your teens as well. So they would extremely be proud of you. Now, when it comes to friends, this is some place where you would have to be a little bit cautious. Saturn is the year where the masks come off, and you would start realizing who is not your great friend, who is not your real friend, who doesn't know how to support you emotionally and mentally at the same level. But because we also spoke about your shadow self, so this is also the year where you would realize who is your true friend, and if you have been true friend to them or not. Also, if you experience some turbulent times in your friendship this year, then just remember that maybe it is you paying off your karmic debts, but at the same time, Do not continue entertaining friends who may not seem right for you. And this would be a very strong time where you would actually realize if you yourself have been good to your friends, colleagues, your partner, your family. And I would actually tell you, if there is something that you realize within this year, maybe some big incident happened and now you suddenly feel that no, maybe you were wrong, it would be nice to actually drop a message to that person and let them know. I know accepting your mistake comes at a high cost, and that cost is our ego, but Saturn doesn't like ego, and that is exactly what Saturn is trying to teach you. Because if we want to foster and bring good relationships and good friendships in our life, we need to be the same to other people. So honestly, apology is just a text away to people that you may feel that you may have wronged them. This would also be a good way of clearing off your bad karma. Now, those who are in a relationship or who are married, this year might be the year when you might be very, very needy or demanding in the relationship. So I would say that it's important that you communicate this to your partner, you express your needs to your partner. If you are not married, you're just in a relationship, this is also a year when you might want to solidify the commitment. You might want to ask your partner that, okay, let's talk at home, let's let our parents know about each other, and let's get engaged. So there are high possibilities of that as well. Other thing to note is that in the entire year there might be small periods of disconnect between you and your partner, and this is something that you too would have to be careful of, because if you ever start feeling that something is off or you are not very happy with your partner's behavior, communication is going to be your best friend this year. Also, when a certain period like this comes, you might start questioning that, will I never be enough? Am I not lovable? Is there something wrong with me? And this is also again this is also something that you need to express to your partner. You need to let them know that this is how you're probably feeling if you feel like this, because your communication is going to be very, very important within this year. The entire mantra when it comes to your relationships this year should be keep calm, express with love whatever we need. So that is your mantra for this year. Now coming on to your health, Venus is indulgences. It's fond of great things, good wine, good food. I want everything good. And then Saturn is about discipline. Saturn is about knowing just what you need is enough. Saturn is patience. So what do you think will happen when it comes to your health? You would be out there indulging in whatnots, and then Saturn is going to come back and probably inflict you with short diseases like gastric issues. People who have hormonal issues already, this might be a year where you might want to be a little bit careful about your hormonal issues. There are issues that can happen with your urinary tract, UTI. You can also experience physical weakness. You can experience increased hair fall, because Saturn is going to teach you that there is nothing in vanity. Vanity is meaningless. Your authentic self matters more. So indirectly, Saturn is also going to be inducing more confidence in you without vanity. So a purge in skin issues, increased hair fall, somewhat maybe weight gain are all possibilities. Mental health throughout the year should be alright, but there are still few things that I would tell you to be cautious of. First is comparisons with other people, because now you would, thanks to Saturn, be learning how to be actually an independent functioning adult. And because of which, what will happen is you would feel that there is a lack of support or nobody truly understands you. And while you're doing this, you might get into a habit of comparing yourself to other people whom you will think they have it easy. But I just want to remind you, the year of Saturn is there for everybody. So everybody is going to be having their own challenges. And maybe some people learned being an independent functioning adult a lot sooner. So everybody has their time, and some might learn a little bit later. So you need not compare yourself to anybody. Your journey is your journey. And you just need to be grateful for whatever you receive as a part of that journey. Another thing that might happen this year, and this is going to be especially relevant for people who carry the number 24, you are likely to feel a lot more lonely. Even if you have people around, even if you are with good friend circle, even if your family is supportive, you would feel lonely. You would feel not very happy, because again, life is going to be teaching you how to truly become independent, how to be first there for yourself, and that might just bring the feeling of lack of support. So I would just tell you again, it's important that you find small moments where you cultivate joy, you get back with people who made you feel happy, you mingle with your friends that really cherish you. Let's talk about your career and finances now. You need to become extremely mindful of money this year. And let me be honest, I know it, you have been bad. And all through the life, only you've somewhat been very careless with your money. And you can actually comment below and let me know if this is true or not for you, because numerology, of course, is slightly limited and a lot of things change depending upon your natal chart. But if you're carrying this number, you are someone who is slightly more chill pill and again light with the energy of money. वो कहते हैं ना, पैसा हाथ की मैल है, like that. So because that, and also that you're very habitual of indulgences. If I like something, I want to have it for me. If this is beautiful, I want to have it. So that is just how your approach is. So somewhat mindless approach when it comes to money, because you like everything that's beautiful and proper and you want to own it. You want to have it for yourself because it'll make you feel good, even if it comes, of course, at the cost of money. So you would have to be careful with money. And this is again something that Saturn is going to teach you. Your last few years where you have been a little hunky-dory with money, Saturn is going to sit like a very strict accountant and financer with a strong beating stick in hand and tell you that, hey, this is where you made the mistake, this is where you went wrong, this is what you did wrong. And that might also just give you the feeling of, that might also actually bring the feeling of restriction and loneliness, and hence loneliness, because you would realize that how you have been living your life with the kind of monies that you've been spending was not the right way. You would now start focusing on savings more, and your now mind would turn a little bit more towards wealth creation. How can I have a larger pool of money for me? And of course, when we don't have money to spend, we kind of feel restricted, unless you're habitual of finding joys in the little things in life. And when that happens, we tend to feel bad, groggy, lonely, we are alone, nobody understands us. So I would tell you to be a little bit careful about that this year. Now, I don't see a career change for many of you. What I do see collectively is that maybe you are going to be exploring more avenues this year. And this is not to say that if you're looking for a job change or something like that, it's going to happen. There is growth in your career. If you're looking for a job change, it'll happen. If you want to grow your business, that will happen. But if you're somebody who's wanting to shift your career, change gears, that's not going to happen. But you would definitely be exploring a lot more within this year. And your primary motivation of exploring would be finding something that hits the financial chord and can become more like a side income for you. And your second motivation would be that you would want to fuel your creativity, your creative pursuits, your artistic side, things that make you wake up alive. So you're going to want to explore that more, things that are your calling. Or if you're already exploring something like that, this is going to be a year when you're going to be strengthening your calling. And by doing that is how you can also expect good growth and good joy coming into your life. Now I'll just sum up the lessons that I have here overall for you within this year. First, authenticity and knowing if your expectations of people, of life are correct or not is going to be one big lesson. Second, move slow if you're in a new relationship or if you're single. Be careful not to rush it. Third, communication is going to be extremely important if you're going to be interacting with your partner, your family, your colleagues, and doing so politely is going to be even more important. Fourth, be very, very smart with finances. And fifth, be prepared for a lot of your trauma, unresolved issues, certain aspects of past coming back. Only so you can confront yourself and you can heal yourself. You can know yourself. You can know where you were wrong, where you were right. And then from here on, build a more solid foundation for your life. So that was the numerology analysis for your number. Now we are going to be looking into your tarot cards. I have your tarot cards here with me, and let me just say, my God, it's really going to be some year when it comes to your finances and your career growth. I think this year is going to be very, very important, and very nicely you would understand how you need to start saving and you need to cultivate wealth with whatever you are earning, because I have the 10 of Pentacles energy here. So it's going to be beautiful, where you would very nicely start understanding how penny saved is penny earned. And another thing that is kind of getting reconfirmed by the cards here is that yes, some of you are definitely getting married or finding that partner this year, and many who are already in a relationship are definitely taking the relationship to the next level. You're solidifying your commitment. So that is also something that we have here. Now what we also have is 5 of Wands and 4 of Pentacles. Now looking at the 5 of Wands card, what I feel is, like I said, there are many times when you could feel lonely. You may question, am I even worthy of love? Even if you're single and you have a difficult time mingling. I know I said this for people who are in a relationship, but it's also relevant for people who are single. See, you need to understand that this is a year where you first need to nurture yourself. You need to confront what's happening inside you, your shadow side, your deep fears, your limiting beliefs, both about love, about yourself. You need to unfold your trauma. And from that, you need to heal certain parts. You need to accept, you need to love yourself more. And that is how you would eventually then come into or you would be ready for the energy of this. So I would actually say, if you can do that right from the starting of the year, the moment the first such sign comes to you, I think by the end of the year, right from October onwards, this can literally be your destiny. But yes, healing yourself, nurturing yourself, giving yourself also the love that is needed. Because often when we feel, oh, I'm not feeling loved enough, either by family, by my partner, by friends, sometimes it's also because we are not able to love ourselves enough. So no matter how much the other person is showing us love, it's never enough for us. And there is where the concept of inner child healing comes to the picture. I will link that video at the bottom. That was one of my first videos that I recorded. So it's not a very beautifully done video, but it gets the point across. Okay, now we also have 4 of Pentacles. See, what is 4 of Pentacles saying? It's simply saying, just look at the bright side and the beauty of things. And hey, come on, your Venus sign. That is like the easiest thing for you, right? But yes, it's asking you to look out of the window. Not everything that you feel here within yourself is sometimes true. So when you're sitting in a corner, when you're sitting in a nook, and you just start seeing your life, and then when you look at the lives of other people, you kind of realize that, oh, they are doing it better, they have had it easy, and things like that. Instead, what this card is urging you to do is that look at the bright side of life, look at the good with you, look at that, what do you get to see from your window. Meaning, if you okay, I'll explain it a little bit more simply. When we start comparing our lives to other people, we don't know their own struggles and their own challenges that they are going through. We only see the bright side of everything, correct? But when we shift our perspective on our life and see it from the lens of a third person, we might realize that, hey, my life is also very envious for a lot of people. So that is exactly what is needed. Look at the bright side. Okay? Also, spending time in nature, waking up early in the morning. I think it's going to be one of the things that you might also actually acquire this year. You might have a little bit of a schedule where you sleep by a certain time and you wake up by a certain time. And that is because, you want to appreciate the beauty of nature. You want to appreciate the beauty of sun. I think this year, you may become very sensitive to these little things that we have always had around us as a part of nature. But then sometimes we are so engrossed in the human mind that we don't appreciate it. So appreciating the morning sunlight, the beauty of being able to sleep on time at night, the little parks in your locality, the nature that's all around us is something that might also really interest you this year. You might actually inculcate some of these habits in your life this year. And also, I see plants. I'm getting a very weird message looking at the tarot card. Some of you may get very interested in gardening and plants, to the extent that you might also get very interested in some sort of sustainability initiative, like making compost at home, or reading about insects or worms that can be kept at home. So I'm kind of seeing something like that also. Now, with the 8 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles, good Pentacles energy you have in the cards, and also with the 4 of Pentacles, actually. So this year, life is definitely going to be about earning money, growth in career for sure, bringing more money, and then from more money, learning how to save that money and create that wealth that you have always desired. So it's not going to be living paycheck to paycheck anymore. It's going to be that, what, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. Instead, I am okay cutting down on my needs. No, on my desires. I'm okay just fulfilling my needs in a good fashion. But I want to save. I want to have a future which is full of money. And that's a great thing. You should always love money, I say. Loving money is very important to earning money. Now, a couple of other messages that I have for you here is surrender stress. Of course, we saw loneliness, and hence we also see stress generally towards life. With like all of these traits, I hope you understand that stress would be a byproduct of whatever it is that you're going to be experiencing. So breathing is very important. Exhale the tension. And I feel if you're going to be waking up early in the morning, just spend some time doing Anulom, Vinolom or Pranayam. I think that's going to help you. Next, surrender to non-action. This is the time to be still and not act. Breathe and focus on your power. Let others come to you. I think this is to do with what I was saying, that some people might be in some creative or artistic pursuit in this year. Don't change industries this year just yet, okay? At least this year, just focus on building your craft. That's it. Whatever has to come to you would, because we have the third card, surrender to divine timing. Whatever is yours will come to you at the right time. And even if your goals are not manifesting fast enough, it's all right. That's your ego talking. And Saturn is about teaching you that it's not your time, it's my time. I delay, but I never deny. So patience and trust is what you're going to be learning a lot this year, and the power of divine timing. Bottom of the deck energy, surrender to miracles. So maybe this is simply to put you in a more optimistic mood why this is coming here. Be a little bit more playful in your life. There would be few miracles, there would be few of your wishes that might come true. So it's important that you are just open to it and you are accepting of whatever life is going to throw your way this year. It's all good, it's not bad. You just need to get out of your head a little bit. All right, so that's it for you. If any part of it resonated, please do comment and let me know. And actually do leave a comment on my video, because I'm really trying to increase the reach of my channel and your comments would really help. Thank you.